Hello.
Just we're going to hell.
Yes, we are. And starting off with King Dice in All Bets Are Off.
Yay.
And this one's going to be a doozy for those that have been living under a rock this whole time.
Well, looky here. You actually pulled it off. But you made me lose a bet.
Sure. So we lost a bet.
You bet against us?
And for that, you ain't seen the boss just yet. We're gonna play a little game first.
A game I like to call tickling all over your inkless corpses.
The tickle fingers.
Keep your fingers away from me.
Those beautifully animated fingers.
Anyway,
So, for those that have, every other LP or commentator have pretty much said this factoid under the sun, and I guess we'll add on to that counter. King Dice is purely based on a stage in Gunstar Heroes, which also revolved around a board game.
Yep. So we're going to be taking down all of his mini bosses. Oh, jeez.
and every single one of these mini bosses actually has their own name. This is Mr. Wheezy.
I give him credit for detail.
Hey, Wheezy.
Because he's a cigar.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I don't know why. I suddenly get this image in my head that Wheezy's the one that for a brief moment is giving that voice to Mugman going all...
I guess that would make that would fit his name. But yeah, as you're seeing here, all of the 9 mini bosses that can be played in this.
Oh.
Actually looks like King Dice's foot.
It is King Dice's foot.
That is King Dice's foot, and also the hand that lights him at the beginning is King Dice's hand.
I mean, considering the size difference between King Dice and the Cup brothers here, kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, basically across the board, you got your typical boss spaces, which each are housed by one of these demon casino pieces.
Hey, Gui,
Yes.
hold on.
Yeah,
No,
wait for the demon form to pop out.
Hold on. Hey, wait.
There it is.
Hey, Gui, roll
Yeah.
for initiative.
There
Yep.
you go. D20.
Anyway,
it's
this
a
is
D20.
Pip and Dot, by the way.
So with that, are you saying that Dungeons and Dragons really is the devil's work?
No.
No, but people did think that when it was becoming
Oh,
popular.
I know. People thought that. I still
I would almost argue that throughout history, at least the late 90s or whatever, like if anything proved to be almost like if anything started to become more popular than church, they immediately thought it was the devil's work.
Yeah,
Rock and
like
roll,
Pokemon.
Pokemon, rock and roll, Harry Potter, just any Harry Potter. I guess they had a little more leg room to stand on because witchcraft was in it, but
Especially nowadays, given the devil named Arthur.
she's kind of nuts.
By the way, I think my favorite description of how Dungeons and Dragons truly is was this one tweet where it's like, people who don't play Dungeons and Dragons, what people who don't play Dungeons and Dragons thinks it's like. By the way, this is Hoppus Pocus. But yeah.
Hoppus Pocus.
Yep. It's like people who don't play Dungeons and Dragons, what they think it's like. And it's like these followers follow this leader, twisting a story around them, and in their dark magic world. What Dungeons and Dragons actually is like. Please, for the love of God, you have tried seducing the catfish for 3 hours. Just go across the river, damn it!
It can't
Yes.
just follow the path I set out for you. Also, when I look at Hoppus Pocus, his design actually reminds me a bit of this one character from the Peggle games.
Oh, yeah!
I also don't have that much experience with Pagel, so you'd have to clue me in. And
I don't know.
And now we shall ring out his act.
Peggle's fun, by the way. It actually is.
Peggle is fun. I need to show you this one. There's this one YouTuber who did some Peggle footage, and it's one of my favorite videos. I'll find a few later. It's one of my favorite clips out of context is when he gets an ultra extreme fever, and I'll show it to you after that. But for now, as you see, if we land on the green safe spots, we get to move forward without having to fight a boss.
And if you land on the spaces that have a heart in them, you get a little extra health, because trust me, you're going to need it. But of course, you're still going to have to fight the boss that's inhabiting that, including this boss that in and of himself is another Gunstar Heroes homage.
Yes.
He's based on one particular boss whose name I don't immediately remember. Future me, would you mind posting a picture of the boss in question?
Also, This boss is named Mangosteen. It is named after a mango. I don't know why. It's an 8-ball.
Well, he's
It's
shaped like a
weird.
mango.
He's
But he's
shaped
an
like an
8-ball.
8-ball.
It's weird that it's... and again, the eyes and the mouth is very surreal. And there we go, we've destroyed him.
And now he shall experience his own inkwell hell.
I have to
But,
say
yeah.
the throat reminded me a little bit of Space Odyssey, like towards the end when the guy is ascending and becoming a star child.
Oh, yeah. No, don't you mean 2000? Yeah, 2001: Space Odyssey. Okay.
Yeah, Space
Right.
Odyssey.
And
Also,
So,
if you
with that
play
said-
if you play your dice right, you can actually get through this with only fighting 3 bosses.
That being said, King Dice, he is a one-trick pony, but, I mean, which is funny, because I used to think he was kind of a chump. But that being said, don't get cocky.
Yeah, no.
he is the ultimate test of, do you know how to parry properly? Otherwise, this will happen.
Literally wrecked.
So clever, so dapper, you better believe this dice is loaded. Heidi ho!
Yay. So we gotta go back to it. So if you're wondering why the video is slightly longer, even though we have only 2 encounters to show off, it's because we're pretty much going to be showing footage of all of our various exploits trying to get through King Dice, which involved numerous encounters with other bosses than the ones you just saw already.
I want to say we do cover all of the mini-bosses in this board, but
I want to
don't quote me on that. And now we're heading over to the races.
And this is Fear Leap. Fear spelled with a PH.
Oh.
Or no, sorry, Fear Lap. Apologies.
Fear Lap.
Fear Lap,
Right.
gotcha. So the gimmick behind this skeleton jockey is the fact that, well, pay attention to all the actual jockeys on the racetrack. One of them is going to be the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper will literally lunge upward towards you if you're not careful.
Oh, I think I see. He's the guy
Yeah.
in blue.
Yeah, you gotta be very quick with that. I guess I should ask, and this is also just to double check and make sure. Oh, he lost his bet. This is also just to make sure that everything's still working with his mic. Hype, he kind of looks a bit like Horse Collar, don't he?
A little bit.
Wouldn't be surprised if that was partly the reference.
I can see that.
Wow. I mean, I don't. You know what? I don't know what fate's worse from that or Cartoon Wasteland.
Man, we still a game with
Cartoon Wasteland, where he claims that he's a forgotten character, even though he's used quite constantly in Mickey media.
I don't. Yeah, I didn't understand about that. Like Clarabelle, maybe. And okay, you know what? What
No,
I find
I would say Clarabelle's a far more offensive case than Horse Collar, because I definitely remember seeing her far more often.
Also, this is the Tipsy Troop. Also, 2 little references I want to point out. In the background, we can actually see Fear Leap. But another thing, next to Fear Leap, you can see a walrus. This is a reference to how in one Betty Boop cartoon, Cap Calloway, who King Dice is based off of, played a ghost walrus singing Minnie the Moocher. No, I don't know what drugs they're on, but most likely is opium.
why a walrus?
It was a different time back then.
I mean, the way I see it, maybe Cap Calloway saw himself as a cartoon walrus, hence why they animated a cartoon walrus.
Probably.
I mean, I guess that would have to be the only.
Heck if I know, he's been in multiple Betty Boop cartoons. That's just my favorite.
He was a classic star of the era. Yeah. What was the other thing we were going to talk about? We mentioned that. We mentioned the bosses. We mentioned going through most of these environments. Oh my gosh. What? Oh yeah. With Cartoon Wasteland, like I found it amazing that frickin' Horse Collar was treated as forgotten. Yet I don't even think Clara Cluck gets a single cutscene in any of the Epic Mickey stuff.
Yeah, Claire's not in that game at all.
I think she's in the sequel, but yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm surprised they didn't mention her anywhere. Also,
Yeah, Claire is far more obscure than either Clarabelle Cow or Horse Collar.
Yeah, because if you
Right.
think about, I would argue Horace is a bit more memorable because not only do we have, Mickey Mouse Works and House of Mouse, he was also in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
right.
Yeah, that I remember.
Anyway,
Also,
this is-
the whole arena is tilting.
Yeah.
In the background, it is. Yeah.
Anyway,
I almost never noticed this. Continue, Matt.
Say hello to Chips Bettigan.
Chips Bettigan.
He's betting us to a game of Texas Hold'em.
And I guess that's it.
Unfortunately, he's the one that's going to have to hold up his own pieces.
Yeah, he can't hold himself together. Da-dun,
No.
dun,
So on the
now.
so if it's Texas Hold'em, then on the table we also see the likes of, let me see, there's the Spy, Guybrush Threepwood, Captain Quark, and whoever would be in a third game. I really would love to see a third game.
I would
Me
actually,
too,
well,
though I
actually
know
would
it's
love
not going to happen.
Well, I actually
And
would love to
also-
see Captain Quark in that.
we're about to see the best boss in this whole thing. He's the best.
If you're in Bizarro World, absolutely. This is the monkey on a crane.
Oh.
The monkey!
This is Mr. Chimes. God, I fucking hate him.
Mr. Chimes drags.
Legitimately,
Yes. Oh,
he's
God.
one of the few bosses that can go on forever.
If you don't know how to do
He
it.
may as well be his own boss for how long this takes.
Oh no!
Also-
and he'll get faster and faster until we make him.
Okay,
there we
so
go.
you have to.
Oh,
there
it's
you go.
you have to play a memory
That's-
game.
Yes, and then
Yeah.
you get a bit of a damage phase, and you try and do as much damage as you can before he stops playing, and then you get right back to it.
I think he does stay in that phase, like, until you get to a certain health interval, in which case he brings up the cards again.
Right. And as you see, your progress is saved, and all right, back to another damage phase. But yes, this can be... Especially with trying to dodge him, it wouldn't be as hard if we were on the ground and we had access to the shadow dash, but we don't have access to the shadow dash, so trying to, like, actually avoid him is a lot harder than it looks.
This would have been
God.
so much. This would have been far more tolerable if at least half of the board was, wiped out.
Right. Come on. There
At
we
least
go.
then it wouldn't feel like it dragged all that much.
Jeez, oh jeez,
Yeah.
it's over there in the
Come
bottom
on,
right.
come on.
There we go. And I do like the little nods to MDHR. Oh my gosh, don't die.
I mean, I can't help but find it amusing that he just shrieks every time you get two cards, and it's like he's a mechanical monkey, yet he shrieks like he had his soul ripped out.
How did you
Also,
wait.
win?
because
come
we
on.
have to make this reference every time there's a monkey. Monkey!
Oh, there you go.
Actually, well, I also, like, as soon as we saw him, I also went, the monkey!
Barry B. But yeah, all in all, just Memory Monkey
Just
is not
die
my
already!
favorite. He takes a lot of damage. Come on.
Come on.
Oh,
I wish
no.
I had my charge shot.
I know,
I
me
really
too.
wish I had my fucking charge shot.
Okay, last one. Last bit of damage phase.
They should have at least given us a couple more options for artillery besides these pea shooters and the bombs.
Right, give us like an upgradable like missile, or yeah, maybe like if we wanted to like swap out the bombs for like missiles or hell options from Gradius.
Say if there was ever a proper Cuphead sequel, they really should consider adding in some of the weapons that you use on the base game and just
Right.
apply them to the airplanes.
Yeah, they really should. So moving on, we've almost finished showing off each of the bosses. We just have one last encounter ahead of us.
So while we're in the middle of playing Dice's game here, what do you think the devil's doing off screen?
Practicing that
Singing.
little musical number we saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And-
roulette.
Piroletta.
This boss is actually pretty easy to break if you have the ninja dash. Or,
Yes.
excuse me, the smoke screen.
Because you're supposed to parry on these on the little chips so you can jump over her, but you can just dash right through her legs.
Just like that.
take this into account.
Just gotta be careful.
As long as you
Just
place
watch out
yourself
for
right.
just watch out for magic custard balls.
Yeah, they
Also,
look like
apparently
eggs or
this
custard ball.
apparently this one is no, they're the little
Oh god damn it! The chips were against me there.
uh,
Oh, but
Oh man, no!
got me.
I'll save you.
also
Thank
apparently
you.
this one is
Awesome.
Russian for some reason.
I mean,
Oh, Russian roulette.
Yeah.
Da-da-da.
Yeah,
Son
Russian
of a
roulette.
bitch.
And there, with that said, we're finally able to reach the end. As long as and again, don't land on start over. It will send you all the way back to the beginning. However, any square that's
course.
been cleared will remain cleared.
Which is good.
And again, trying to S rank this is a nightmare.
Two,
I actually
two,
forget if that was the
two,
case in Gunstar
two,
Heroes or not.
two.
If it was also the same.
2 or 3.
All right.
Here we go. Oh,
I was about
And
to say, I'm
so,
pretty sure.
Logan tries to do a thing where he hides. Well, we both try to hide on the right side of the screen,
That's a good
and
idea.
just lay on the milk thick.
but we weren't able to get to the other side in time, so now we gotta get back to the parrying test. Oh, nice.
I'm not doing this without you, little brother.
Oh, I'm the little brother.
I'm
Mug
pretty sure.
Man, aren't you?
Yeah, I was supposed to say. I'm pretty sure it was like.
Damn it!
Yeah,
I'm
do
pretty
without
sure
me
it's
now.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's commonly believed that Mugman is supposed to be the younger of the two.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Oh, and
I wish I could just slap that button nose on him.
Get him. Get him. Get him.
oh my gosh, and
Get
yeah,
him.
trying to
Come on.
dashing and keeping your parry up is very, very difficult. And there,
Yes.
By the end of this, you can call yourself a detective named Hercule Poirot.
And his hands bow to our might as such.
there, the penultimate
they
counter is
should.
done.
Oh my
this
god.
this battle takes way too dang long.
You know, I could totally imagine if it were part of the update, like if King fulfilling certain conditions, King Dice's hands literally just pop out and become a sentience all their own, a la Glover.
Oh my gosh, that would have been neat. But there we go. The secret.
Kind of fucked up.
Oh, I think that. Do you think this is a reference to Super Mario World with the back door?
Oh,
Wouldn't be
I think
surprised.
it is. But yeah, we're going through the back passage as we face the devil himself.
Oh boy.
Steve,
And-
it's time to bring out that voice.
I know.
It's one hell of a time in.
It's like Logan said, I can read.
He knows what's happening.
Well, 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 look how far you've come. Not only did you bust up my good-for-nothing lackey, King Dice,
But
but I see you've got my soul contracts as agreed. Hand them over and join my team.
Well, guys, what do you think we should do?
what would we do? I mean, I don't want to play this part again.
I mean, how could I say no to such a pretty face?
You're mine now, and we're going to have a hell of a time down here.
and thus we join him.
And well, after all that work, why would they like sacrifice their souls?
I've been consumed by the evil.
Our sincere appreciation to the members of our team.
And yes, the credits do play.
Logan, I think we done fucked up.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Psych.
Psych.
I think we also mentioned that you can even hear the theme playing in reverse on the title screen with them all evil and stuff, and you hear like
That
the
is
credit
something I think
theme.
they added with the update, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, no.
Welching on me like all the others, eh? I'll teach you for backing out on a deal. Have at you!
Now, it's commonly debated on which of the two is harder, but for my money, the devil. Easily.
Honestly, no. I think the devil is easier.
He throws a lot at you, so
Anyway.
get ready.
Because of my
Oh,
knowledge of
boy.
Shin Megami Tensei, I am going to tell you. This is Baphomet.
Right?
Baphomet, oh, by the way, Baphomet there, people used to duck under his attack until they patched that. And people were like, oh my
By
god!
the way, the
God.
the pose he
Oh,
did
God.
there was an easier form of Baphomet's pose.
Oh, I thought it was Azrael or no, sorry,
No. Azazel, you mean? Alright,
Azazel, thank
so
you.
this one, everybody thinks is just a dragon. Even Gaija Gooba, I think, forgot reference. That's actually supposed to be Leviathan, the great serpent.
Okay, back to Baphomet. Earlier, in case just to save you some time, there's also a spider form.
Oh, did you not get to it in this one?
Not yet, but I'm just saying, just to save you time, so you don't have to keep going. Oh,
Well, no, I'll just show you. Bogas, indeed. Sorry. That's
Sorry,
It's
hi.
my turn to break you.
Well, I stopped because I thought you were in the middle of saying something.
And
There's the spider form.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's actually
Okay.
supposed to be a fly, and that is Beelzebub.
oh, the Lord of the Flies. I don't see the fly. I mean, I see a spider.
Oh, makes sense.
It's the legs mostly that kind of throw me off.
Oh, jeez.
Again, I still find it funny though that people used to think that you're supposed to duck under that thing until people learned that actually no, that was never intended.
Stop standing on
Get
the edge,
going.
you idiot!
I'm moving. So,
Oh.
with that said,
Oh,
I get
oh.
move on to the final phase.
Whoa, shit.
Literal hell, folks.
Oh my god.
Now the song that is playing is One Hell of a Time.
Ow!
God.
Wait, what hit you?
The bomb.
Oh, I didn't see the bomb there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, the bomb explodes if you don't parry it, so you want to parry it right away. So this, James and I had a
One
we had
hell of a
really
Oh
time.
my god.
We had a really hard time with this in co-op with the additional health he gets.
Also,
Yes.
Also, two things. One, now the song that is playing is One Hell of a Time. The other song that is playing was called Admission to Perdition.
Okay.
Yeah. And two, this is my second favorite boss in the game.
I will definitely say now that I'm able to not have my heart try and lump out of my chest, trying to keep an eye on all this. This looks really impressive having the massive animated thing behind you.
Oh yeah, this is the
Yeah.
most cinematic
Oh my
fight in the
God.
game.
Jeez, he summons more demons, but we gotta
Like,
keep
think of how many
dodging.
man hours it took just to do all this.
All right, we've
Yeah.
almost made it to the final phase.
Come on.
And let's
He's
also
got it.
remember, folks, that even though this was all traditionally animated, this was all colored digitally. So
Yep.
Now,
even then, it's
Well,
still
yeah, 'cause-
impressive to look at. But yeah, well, here's the final phase where he cries himself pink river, which you can easily parry.
Oh, you got him?
Yep, got him.
That was it?
Yep.
That's it.
It was a hell of a time getting to that part, though.
Oh yeah, no, we had to redo that fight multiple times. Like honestly, I think it took longer to tackle him than it took to tackle King Dice.
But we finally did it, and once again, huge thank you to Parsec and everything for allowing us to be able to pull that off. That was an incredible run through.
Thank
Wow.
you. And now for our epilogue. The brothers had triumphed over the demon, forcing him to finally give up. We shall accept your surrender, devil, Cuphead laughed, but we're not done just yet.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Mickey Mouse.
Sorry, it just I'm serious. That literally just like sneaked out. It was just compulsory anyway.
And with that, Cuphead and Mugman destroyed all of the soul contracts, releasing Inkwell Isle's residents from eternal damnation from the devil.
Yeah, may as well. I mean, let's be honest. That's what they meant to put.
Yeah.
Of course.
We trounced the devil.
Gosh, I can't wait to tell everybody, Cuphead said. The boy set off for home, and at top speed.
Come on,
Come on, last one there's a leaky cup.
Mugman teased as they ran. Once home, the brothers gathered everyone together. You're all free of the devil's debt, Cuphead announced.
And that fiend won't bother us again.
Mugman added.
Until the
Also,
series.
this is everybody we
Until the
killed.
series.
They're all back alive now.
We got,
The Elder Kettle was literally brimming with pride as everyone began to cheer. Let's hear it for Cuphead and Mugman! Hip hip,
Hip, hip.
hooray!
Hip, hip,
Hip hip, her,
I would say half a cheer for Cuphead. Hip
Hip.
hip.
hip hip,
Who?
her.
I mean,
But now-
he did beat the living shit out of us, so...
As an all-day celebration began, the brothers promised to never wander into trouble again. And they didn't. Until the next time, of course, but that's another story.
When did that happen?
That's the series.
That we'll
That
probably
DLC will come
never
back
get,
later.
or if we ever get, it will be like 10 years from now.
I don't think I'd be that harsh on it, but yeah, it's still crazy to me that even now we still haven't heard anything new about Delicious Last Course. But I mean, I understand with recent events, like it kind of put a hamper on things, but let's not dwell on that right now.
Well,
With that said,
no,
folks,
I wasn't saying 10 years for like Delicious Last Course. I was saying like if they ever make a sequel.
Yeah. That would
fair
take a
enough.
while.
Okay, so
But
they
yeah,
had
continue.
a few more animators on this.
Right.
of course. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you all enjoyed our co-op commentary on Cuphead. I mean, it's still surreal to think we finally got the means to do so.
Does that mean
Yeah.
this is co-op head? Co-op head? I think
Matt,
I
we
did
need-
that in the
Matt,
first
Matt,
episode.
I was like,
but still.
Matt, we need to talk. I think something's hurting you on the head there.
very
I don't think that's
tired.
even a pun.
I'm
Yeah, that
very
explains you're
tired.
tired. But yeah, no, it was
I think your punny bone's starting to fracture.
Shut up.
incredibly fun. I understand why they can't have online co-op because of the performance and trying to keep this thing running as smooth as it can. Otherwise, everything kind of falls apart.
I mean, that was kind of the case when we initially tried using Parsec with Cuphead, like, way long ago.
Oh,
while it was
no,
still,
yeah.
like, in beta, I think.
I remember, yeah, the sound wouldn't work or like the whole thing just wouldn't. Yeah, it would. I remember
It
was
desynced
rough.
really badly after a while.
But no, yeah, no. I'm very happy again that the technology has advanced to such a point where we were able to do that. And
And not only that, but, I mean, not just Parsec, Steam still has its whole remote play together thing, which is essentially the same thing for Steam games.
yes,
And it's great. And I mean, it's even crazier too because, like, even before the update and stuff, Cuphead was still a massive success. And then you pile on the fact that not only is it getting this big update with Mugman as a playable character for solo players and all the added stuff for bosses, it got put on a Nintendo console, and that made the Nintendo purists really happy.
it was so. No, that was great. Yeah.
By the way, people,
Oh, yeah.
I think it is time we give our final thoughts. By the way,
Okay.
really quick shout out to Christopher Madigan. Dear Lord, your music is amazing.
Oh, damn.
Top notch, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
It's
Yeah, who should go
hits
first?
It hits that note just right.
Hype, you haven't had much time to talk. Why don't you give us your final thoughts first?
Yeah, just sorry if I haven't really been talking. Bit of a behind the scenes thing. This is kind of our second attempt doing this because right in the middle of our first attempt, my cord for my microphone decided, hey, I feel like being a dick, and pretty much caved in on me like about not like a good chunk into the video, but too long for us to like go back and really fix it without having to just like redo it
Shoptimus
entirely.
Prime, by the way.
Wow.
Also, actually, to go back on that hype, I think it's also a matter of it was being addictive to you. It's more so it's starting to show its old age, and it's, puttering out on you. I mean, you got a replacement for a reason.
Well, I still qualify that as it being a dick, and I'll get that replacement cord tomorrow. But as far as Cuphead itself goes, I still really like it. Like, I still haven't gotten a copy of it myself yet, but I definitely have enjoyed what I've seen of it. Like, the production, like, the presentation, what can I really say about that hasn't already been said? It really is just top tier. The gameplay looks really good from what I've seen. I love the soundtrack for it, and it's just... Yeah, I definitely would recommend getting it, whether it be through Steam or through the Switch.
Type. Hold on a second.
That's all there is? There isn't anymore. Or is there?
Sorry, I just had to do that quick pause real quick because
The dialogue.
Right. It's a little hard to hear, but still, I'll be sure to. I'll pump that up in post. But
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
continue on with your thing.
Well, that's basically it, I guess.
Okay.
Fair enough. Gui, what's your thoughts?
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's frustrating as hell, but in a good way.
They put so much effort into this. I love it.
Yeah, like the animation is some of the best I've ever seen.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Like, there's really not much else I can say about it.
Fair enough. Matt?
I love Cuphead. I am one of the insane bastards trying to actually S-rank the entire game. Or at least beat it on, get at least an A rank on Expert on everybody. But it is such a fun game. It's absolutely, like, it is the most beautiful game I ever played. Every single thing, hand-drawn, hand-painted, hand-done. It's so good. The music is fantastic. I love the 1930s aesthetic, the visuals, the sounds, the songs. It's if this didn't come out the exact same year as Persona 5, Breath of the Wild, and Super
Hat in
Mario Odyssey, and A Hat in Time.
And yeah, Odyssey.
Uh,
There's a lot of shit that came out that
to
year.
be
That
fair,
was a good year.
2017 was pretty much the best year in gaming since like 2007. So
Damn tootin'.
We had that big two-part podcast for a reason.
wait a minute,
Right.
I
Yep.
just realized the last big year in gaming before that was 2007. Does that mean the next big one is going to be 2027?
I don't
Assuming
want
we
that
live
to
that
be-
long.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be 2027. I want it to be now.
Yeah, actually
Same.
this year has had some good games. To be fair,
Anyway,
yeah,
before
I
we
think-
before it stretches out too much.
I think this game is just absolutely incredible, fantastic, and pretty much near perfect.
Fair enough. Logan, how about you?
Pretty much already captured my thoughts earlier. I guess throughout the whole thing is that just they put a 110% into this, and seeing how far it's come since even the first like beta footage with all the other old fights and backgrounds that never quite came to be. It's such an incredible achievement to me with how they were able to blend 2D animation with the shoot 'em up gameplay near flawlessly, and also shows to me again the power of the Unity engine that may not know that was made with Unity, but yeah, you can do a lot of stuff as long as you know how to use the engine properly. Fully orchestrated soundtrack, total just oh my gosh, heartthrob. Love the music. What's it say? My ears love the music.
Candy for the ears.
The difficulty is definitely on point with the classic NES, like shooters, Contra, Gunstar Heroes. It does not hold your hand, and I think the game is better for it.
I mean, it kind of does with the simple difficulty, but it doesn't really mean an awful lot considering you can't really beat the game by just beating every boss on simple difficulty.
Nope, you have to learn it.
Yeah, literally Inkwell Hell will not open up for you unless you beat every single boss on at least regular.
Right.
Pretty much.
So, that being said, I thoroughly enjoyed my time. I'm looking forward to the Delicious Last Course, whenever that comes out. And I think I already said this, I wouldn't be upset if Enchanted Portals came out. I would like to try it out. I would like to see if it could still be good, because I like Cuphead so much that I want to play more Cuphead, and if Enchanted Portals is the way to get more Cuphead before Delicious Last Course is released, I can accept that.
Boy, you better run.
So
Well, you better
there's my
run.
little, there's my
Run
little,
away on your magic broomstick.
there's my little, unpopular opinion. But yeah, no, definitely fantastic work, and it's been a pleasure being able to finally do a nice co-op run of that. I would not be against doing more co-op stuff with that, just not on recording. I've had my fill of that.
By the way, really quick, shout out to the art book as well. Everybody needs to get that. It's so good.
I still need to get it myself, but yeah, I guess before we do end off, I still have my final thoughts, which, I mean, I'll say this much. Pretty much everyone else nailed it on the head on what I think about the game. It is an absolute blast to play, and it really does go to show how much, effort can be put into such an ambitious project, and just, well, there's really not going to be another phenomenon quite like Cuphead anytime soon. And, sure, you'll still have your pretenders and whatnot, like, again, Enchanted Portals, but it's like, it's going to be difficult to top this. I mean, I don't think it can really be topped. Cuphead is literally its own beast, and I kind of hope it stays that way, because it literally deserves its place in gaming history.
So yeah, no Cuphead 2 for you.
I don't mean it like that, but you get what I mean.
It's gonna have a very tough act to follow up after all that.
It's gonna have big shoes to fill. Shoes about as big as King Dice's.
Agreed.
So, with that said, folks, until the delicious last course comes into the gaming world, whet your appetites for more.
Till then, goodbye.
For now, we wait for the delicious last course. And the comic series that is coming out. And the Netflix series.
Actually, wait, there's a comic series?
Well, yeah, they're going to release some comic books. You can look into that later. Anyway, goodbye, people.
Huh, that's news to me. Till next time, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye.